Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Jossie, aka J Renee, back at it again with another video. First off, thank you for tuning in. I want to thank all my subscribers and all the people who've watched my videos. Thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed to me yet, subscribe now, okay? Hit that subscribe button and turn on my post notifications if you haven't already. So today's video, as you saw in the thumbnail, today we're going to be making this cozy little lounge set. It's really cute and I love it so much. Actually now selling on my Depop, so after this video you can go check that out. If you don't even want to make it yourself, just go get it. It's still available on my Depop, so go take a look at that. But what you will need for this video is the fleece, and I got it from Walmart for $7, $8 I think, and then everything else I already had here. So without further ado, hit that subscribe button and then let's get into the video. Hey y'all, so we're gonna use this pair of shorts that I've had since I was younger. Can I still fit them? Maybe. We're not gonna go through that today, but I'm just using these because these are the ones that I wanted to cut up. A regular pair of shorts has about 4 panels, 2 front and 2 back panels. So this first one is a front panel that I've added 3 inches to the top and about 1.5 to 2 inches on the side, just for a little more room and comfort. And so now I'm measuring from my waist to my feet. It's about 40 inches. Yes, I am a little short, and that's okay, but I'm using that measurement. I'm going to measure all the way down to where I want the pants. And so I'm now just using my ruler to make a straight line, because these are going to just be straight leg pants, to go all the way down to that 40 inches and mark where that stops. I added this line that I didn't really need to add. I don't know what it's for. But I also added another line because the sides edges were curvy and it's just like selvage that you want to take off, that you don't need. You don't really have to, depending on your fabric, but I just wanted to. So you got to get the right scissors to do this, sweetie. Yeah. Gotta get your fabric scissors, and yes, cutting downwards is not ideal, but it works for me. So you're just gonna cut that out like so, exactly how you traced it. And by the way, this blue marker is really great. It washes out, it's washable, and if you can even like spray water on it and just like rub it a little bit and it'll come off. Now that we have that one front panel, since I didn't fold the fabric in half, we're going to place that one panel on top and cut and trace that out just like we did the first time. Just like that, so easy. Making sure everything's straight as we cut down so each of them can be even. And so now I'm gonna take my back part of the shorts, and you can tell this is the back because the crotch area is deeper, or like more curved and longer than the front part is. So I'm just using the first 2 panels as like a template to make sure I want this as long as it should be. I need the front and back to be similar, even though the back it's supposed to be longer or taller than the front because your butt gets in the way. So it obviously makes sense, but I just want everything to be even, and in the end it will be, hopefully. And I'm just taking my ruler and making sure everything is straight, making that straight line all the way down on either side, and just gonna cut that out like I did before. As you can see, this tutorial is super easy. All you need is 2 front panels, and 2 back panels and a couple stitches here and there, and baby, you're golden and you got yourself a pair of pants. And I also had to cut the sides off because I was on the fold, so we had to cut that off as well. And now that that's all cut out for this next part, you just want to match up the crotches of both front sides and both back sides. So both front sides should be facing each other on the right side, and then you're gonna do the same thing for both back pieces. And then now you're gonna sew that down. We're using a straight stitch today because it's just easier on the machine with all those little fuzzies. It goes right so they don't get too caught into the machine. And take your time with this. I don't know what I'm doing here, but yeah. And I'm sorry for the lighting, you can't even tell that I'm sewing. It's all white. I don't understand. But now that we have both crotches sewn, you are going to line them up on either side, starting at the top, and just pin along the sides of the pants to make side seams. We're going to do that to both of the sides of the pants, so you should have the front 2 panels on top of the back 2 panels, with the front sides facing each other, making sure all the front sides are facing. I know y'all see all these fuzzies on me. They get everywhere. Hilarious. And then once you've done that, we're going to meet the crotches up and do the same thing and pin on those insides. So we have an inseam, and those we're going to pin that all the way down and sew that together. Just like a tip, you might want to use longer pins for this because they did get a little caught. They didn't want to work as well because they're not long enough. But now we're gonna sew that down. Bleep blop bloop. They are sewn down like magic, and for some reason the bottoms didn't match up at like on either side. I don't know how that happened. I thought I did everything the same. That's okay. But now we're going to make a hem. We're just gonna roll up once because you can't really, it's all fleece, you can't really tell that it's gonna be a raw edge, and I kind of wanted as much length as I could get. So just roll it up once, however high or low you want it. It doesn't matter. Mine, I just eyeballed it, less than an inch roll maybe, I don't know. And do that to both sides of the bottoms of the cuff of your pants. And before we get to sewing that down, make sure it's even, of course. That's why I had to cut it. But before we get that sewn down, we're gonna go to the top of our pants and make a tunnel for the elastic. Oh, I forgot to mention you need some elastic. And now I'm measuring around my waist how many inches I am, and so I'm just using that measurement for my elastic. And so making sure I did that beforehand so I could make sure I made the tunnels wide enough for the elastic to go through. So I'm using the elastic width to make sure that it's wide enough to go through when I make the tunnels. And that's very important, or else your elastic won't go through and then you gotta redo that whole thing. And again, I'm not double rolling it or anything, just rolling it over once, making sure it's thick enough. And so here I'm going to use a zigzag stitch because there's going to be some stretching, and zigzag stitch, if you don't have a stretch stitch, helps relieve like the tension, and it doesn't break as easily if you're going to do a lot of stretching with the thread. And And before you finish sewing, make sure you leave an open space so for the elastic to go through. But now we're gonna take your elastic and put a safety pin in it at the top, and then put it through that opening that you left and shimmy it through the tunnel that you just made. I'm sure most of you have seen this before. But when you're done, you're gonna take the safety pin off and overlap the ends of the elastic like this, and sew a zigzag stitch down while it's in the pants, of course, and sew a zigzag stitch straight down. The zigzag is not straight, I don't know why I said that. We're gonna sew a zigzag stitch right across a couple times actually, just to make sure it's firm, and then clip off those pesky threads and close the opening. And after that, I think we are finished. Yes, we are finished. And these are how it turned out. This looks so cute, mamas. Yes, they're comfortable and they're perfect and they're warm. Surprisingly, not surprisingly, it is fleece. But I also made bralette with this. I didn't record how to make one in this video, but in my last video, I definitely had a beautiful tutorial about how to make a fur bralette, but it works for any type of fabric. So yeah, this is now on my Depop, so go check that out. Well, I'm only selling this one because it's my size, but if not, just get it for someone that you know is my size. Other than that, thank you for watching. Bye.